it is Alight here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make the houses from the Big Bad Wolf skit. These houses actually aren't that complicated. And the nice thing about them is that they can be folded up for easy storage. I like to make things on my desk, but I put this cardboard mat thingamajig down so I won't ruin the wood with paint and stoof. So for this project, what you will need is some thin cardboard, like from Kleenex or cereal box, scissors, a pencil, and a hot glue gun, and a paintbrush. The hot glue gun is optional. I have been burned many times. You can also just use regular glue. It'll just take longer to dry, which isn't that big of a deal. You can also use tape. Oh, you also need a ruler. Oh, and a piece of paper. So the size of your house is completely up to you. I used Coco as a reference for how big I wanted the house compared to him. These houses can actually be pulled apart, which is also nice for storage. The size of the house I made was about half the size of the piece of paper, so I marked that and then just sketch out a rough outline and cut it out. Always be careful using scissors and never be afraid to ask an adult for help. That's what they're there for, right? Okay, so you're going to want to draw 3 lines as shown, and then fold the paper on those lines. Once that's done, you now have a template! Take your piece of cardboard. Mine is a pizza box, but a cereal box or whatever would work just as well. And use your template to trace the outline onto the cardboard. You can also skip that step and just draw directly on the cardboard, but now that you have a template, you can use it to make as many houses as you want. You can use the ruler to make your lines sharper and straighter. Doing this should help everything line up better and keep the roof on straighter, but it is optional. Then go ahead and cut it out. Draw 3 lines just like you did with the paper template, and then fold them. I should have mentioned this before, but try to leave a little extra room on one side so that you can fold it in and tape it or glue it down. Now that this makes the door and the windows, you can make as many as you like. That is the awesome thing about creativity. You can do whatever you want. You're going to want to block these out and then cut them out. This part is tricky and honestly kind of dangerous, and I would actually not recommend it. I found a better way of making the cross in the windows when I did the door, so just watch for that one. It's coming up in a minute and it is way easier. So you draw out your door, the space for the window, and instead of cutting out a bunch of little squares, just cut out the entire thing! Ah! Who would have thought? Then cut out the door, making sure to leave one side attached so that it can swing open and shut. Take some scrap cardboard, cut it to the width you'd like. Then tape it down! See? Much easier this way. Now that the base of your house is complete, you can decorate it however you'd like. Sharpies, crayons, pencils, glitter, go crazy. But since you're watching this, you probably want to know how I finished the 3 houses, so let's get on to that. Yay! Now we can put the house together! You can use hot glue or you can just tape it. Take a piece of tape and make a magic circle and boom! Woohoo! Now it's time to make the extremely simple roof. Cardboard, cut off what you don't need, fold it in half, boom, roof. Try to make the roof bigger and wider than the house so that it has less gaps. It just looks better that way in my opinion, but it's your house, so feel free to do whatever you'd like. Okie dokie, so for the first roof what I did was, I went out to our shed, I got some hay, glued it on, cutting off the access to make it look neat and tidy. Yes, this is real hay or straw or whatever. So it does make a mess. It does make a mess. But if you don't have hay, you can always cut up some yellow or green strips of paper and glue those on instead. I'm sure it'd still look good. For the stick house, I just went out into our backyard and pulled some branches off our tree. Obviously, I tried to get the straightest sticks as possible, otherwise they wouldn't have worked out so well. Then I glued them to the cardboard and cut them out the right size. And I did the same thing for the rest of the house. Nothing too fancy, it's just a stick house after all. The brick house is where things get a bit more complicated. For this house, well, for all the houses actually, I painted the insides white to try to cover up the words and whatnot. but feel free to use whatever colored paint you'd like. The white paint did tend to be a bit see-through, so I could have added more coats of paint to fix that, but nah, I'm good. I also painted the outside of the brick house white. For the brick color, I just got whatever red and brown paint I own and mixed them together. Just a tip, you need more red than brown. Go figure. Paint a piece of scrap cardboard with the beautimous color that you have created, and then cut them into strips, and then into rectangles. Trust me, doing this is a whole lot faster than painting each individual piece of cardboard. I learned that the hard way. Then glue them onto the white house, leaving space between them so that the white shows through. This is the pattern I did, but you can do whatever you like. Hashtag creative freedom! Okay, so the roof of the brick house has to be my favorite. I really like how it turned out. To create this effect, what you're going to want to do is cut out a bunch of square rectangular thingies and then glue them to the edge of the roof. Then add another row, slightly overlapping the first, and so on, and you get a lovely layered effect. Once one side is done, go ahead and do the other side. And then paint it! Red. It has to be red. You cannot use any other color. I hope you know by now that I'm totally joking. Let it dry, obviously, and voila! Your fantastical roof is finished! And there you have it, folks, your beautiful brick house. That big bad wolf ain't getting nowhere near your lemon poppy seed muffins. Hey! I'm not bad! I hope that this video was informative and that y'all enjoyed watching. If you do end up making a house of your own, I would love to see it. If you could own any kind of house ever, what house would you want? I think a floating house would be really awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!